What up, Warchief? Let's take a look at Reinhardt. You're playing here. Um, now I don't personally, I don't play a lot of Reinhardt as much anymore. I'm more of like an off-tank player, but I'll see what I can do for you. I know you watch probably more flats than I do, so um, I don't know. I feel like most of the things I'm going to tell you here are probably things you already know, but you never know. We'll give it a shot. So nice rollout here with the teleporter, and you don't have a Lucio, but that's fine. So obviously, Reinhardt's main goal is to spend the least amount of resources possible, um, and land himself inside the enemy team or in front of the enemy team enough that he can swing. You want to get within swinging distance without using as many resources as possible. Like you just want to be full health, full shield as close to them as possible. That's the goal. So in this case, what you're doing is you're getting to the point faster than them. Your idea is like, I'm going to get here faster than you. Then I have defender's advantage. So you have to come to me. And if you can have the enemy team forced to come to you, then they're doing your work for you. They're coming to you. Perfect. That's what you want. Since you don't have speed, it's harder for you to, it's harder for you to chase. And so in this case, yeah. So this fire strike hits the Junkrat, but notice it's going like upward swing here. On this first push here, if I go back for just a second, I'm going to show you a little something here. When you're ready to throw this fire strike, I would do a jump and fire strike straight, like straight forward, which you do. So you're looking forward here, like at Reinhardt level. You're here, and then you jump and throw a straight fire strike. As long as the middle of the fire strike just barely scrapes the ground, it doesn't actually touch the ground. And it goes through this bush, through here, and goes straight across. And even people that are like this Moira gets hit by the fire strike because it's still low enough. Like this ground level is only like the center of the fire strike. That's what you're aiming for. But if you watch here, you don't do the jump. So you have to aim it up to get it through. Now, luckily for you, even though this isn't going to potentially hit anyone like coming to point, it's only going to hit people that are standing exactly right here. It just so happens that's where Junkrat was. So you did get some value, but that was very lucky. Okay. And this is correct. By the way, this is totally fine what you're doing here. You're on this side of the point. You're going to set up your Symmetra's turrets, and you're going to play defense. They have to come to your side of the point, and as soon as they've used some of their resources, I think that you should be pushing to their side of the point and make this thing happen. All right. It's a good fire strike. And here, like, this is totally fine. Good fire strike. They still have to come to your side. This Zarya's pushing in. She's using personal bubble here. You can take advantage of this. And you are. You're totally hurting this. This is nice. I like this charge. This is fine. This is a safe charge. This is not one that's going to affect you too much. Like, you can live through that. Although that was a little bit dangerous as you see your health here. You still got plenty of shield. You're not going to die. You're going to be fine. And I like it. Now you've captured point. You're fine. Now they have to come to you. They've lost too many. Now they're down their Ana, and I think they're already down the Junkrat as well there too. So this is pretty darn safe. If you wanted to just like take what you got here and shove, that'd be okay. I'm not saying pin into it, but I'm saying you can walk forward and you should be okay. Now that Hanzo can hurt you, so just be aware of that. But take the space that you have. That's one thing I can definitely say. If it's your space, fucking take it. It's yours. This is good. Good recognition that this Orisa has again done your job for you by putting herself within your hammer distance. She didn't have to stand that close, but she decided to, and that's her fault, and that's why she died. This Zarya walks right into you. I want to go back for just a moment, and I want to exemplify just how stupid this is. Okay. Here's this Zarya doing your job for you, by the way. Okay. She sees you here and she says, you know what? Let's go. Let's put myself within your hammer range. So she holds up a bubble just to allow you to do that, so she can get some charge. You can recognize this and just choose not to shoot the bubble. But you decided to, by shoot I mean swing, by the way. You could have chased into that. Let's go back a second. Remember, obviously, you can walk faster than her. So right here, if this is me right now, I'm not letting up on this Zarya. I'm going to go ahead and just slap the shit out of her. So watch in slow motion. You walk forward, you swing. You strafe left, and she strafes to your right. She gets kind of a little away for a second. You get one more swing. You stay where you are, kind of back up, and then she backs up, and now you're out of hammer. Now, yeah, their Junkrat has gotten back, so I think that's why you did this. Oh, look, okay, so he did mine you backwards. Nothing you could have done about that. At this point, yeah, so you're fine now with that Junkrat there and the Hanzo on the upper left. That's enough for you to want to maybe just pull back to point. It's a good fire strike. Except it didn't hit anything, so it sucks. Your team is also doing an excellent job right now, which is pretty darn nice. Good fire striking. A little weary of this, but it does seem to work for you. If we go back for a second, one notable thing here is you see the hook, and that's like a big deal, right? So the hog throws a hook and not even at you, so you can kind of tell this hog's not really looking at you, and that hook is the main thing that will lose you the duel against hog. So here, this is not too bad. While you could get slept, let's take a look if that cooldown's even there. It's not even there. So they don't even have the cooldowns to stop you from this. This is actually a pretty darn good pin. In like I would say a lot of cases, that looks like a very scary pin, but knowing the cooldowns they don't have, pretty not too damn bad, actually. Save your shatter here. You don't need to use it. Now, with that coalescence, though, probably would have just immediately shattered that. I will trade shatter for coalescence like all the time. I will just trade that. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I didn't really like that. We don't talk about that one. Okay. I kind of see arguments for like holding both sides of this. I see arguments for holding straight here on point, and I see arguments for like holding up a lot closer, like holding up right here and not letting them like even walk through this thing. I think that if you do this method, I think it's really easy to get that flank over here, and you get this guy who's just gonna like shoot you from behind, like if Hanzo came up here. So I'm not a big fan of holding over here. That's why I kind of don't know how much I really like that charge you just did a little bit ago. Like down to here. This one. Hold on. Like here. I don't know. Oops, my bad. Like I kind of like being on point right now. But it's not too bad. I mean, you do have this giant sim wall, I guess. You're probably not hitting the Zarya. I mean, you immediately basically backtrack your decision, so I think you agree with me that being up there is not really where you want to go. You've gotten a couple kills on this Zarya, or on a no, which is kind of funny. She's kind of walking into your fire strikes, walking into your pins. This is really good. I think I like really like where you are right now. You got your healers behind you. You're right on this corner. There's really not much they can do about this. You know, even someone coming from up there on that angle, you can just shield it. Anyone who tries to come up this way has to meet your hammer to the face. Anyone who's coming up this way, I mean, like, honestly, you can just, like, peer back, or you have a teammate to see it. It's a really good positioning. Just stick right here. I really like it a lot. second. This is you, by the way. You can do this. I mean, yes, you only have to give 3 seconds on Fire Strike. That kind of sucks. But yeah, I guess you don't have it because you had to use Fire Strike. Pretty bad timing. Damn. Obviously, I'm hoping that if you did have Fire Strike, your instinct is just to throw it at it because it's a perfect kill. 100 health, 100 damage.
This is not your time.
I like a thinking here. You're thinking that if he wall climbs up this wall, then he gets smushed. And if he doesn't, then you're going to pin right next to him, and it's still pretty darn safe. Go ahead and go the fall on him. That's fine. This is good. The hog doesn't even know you came up behind him. I don't know what he's thinking he's going to do there, but it wasn't enough. Really, and it's just the burden on them to make a play here. Ryan on defense is kind of a hard thing to overcome, especially Ryan Sim. Ryan Sim, a soldier on off angle. That's pretty tough. Pretty tough to beat. I think it'd be pretty tough to make Hog Zarya work against that. So, taking the point first and then having the defensive team comp advantage there for sure. That paid a lot. I mean, that was like why you went 99-0. It's a pretty big deal. She doesn't really want to do the initial teleporter in the beginning. Interesting. I understand here. I like that you pinned, but you're waiting. You're still waiting for your team. I'd be just maybe looking behind you here. Get a quick look behind you. Holding up this shield doesn't really count. You need to look to see. Now, I'm assuming you know your team's with you now. This is shield hop moment. You need speed. So you understand, obviously, that you go faster with shield hopping. You want to, as the Reinhardt player, get to like hold this line here faster than like they can get there. So it's really like this center is a very important piece because your team can seek shelter through like this or underneath the steps like this. They can do this kind of shelter. But what you don't want them to be able to do is to be able to like walk to this high ground for free, walk this way for free. So sure, if they want to come through this door and immediately leap off the high ground and give themselves like a high ground, low ground disadvantage, great, like great, right? But here, I think that you kind of just didn't take the space very quickly. You're just holding your shield, like watch. Like what threat is there besides the Junkrat? I mean, what's to stop you from just like shield hopping and just taking the space? Take what's yours. Very clear you're trying to just assess like how rough is it out here? What is the threat assessment looking like? And that's stopping you from taking the space in a reasonable time. And so now they're going to rush to point. They want to take point first. All right. Now, normally, I'm not a big fan of this, but it was pretty well played by your team. So the teleporter went right through, and you took that teleporter as a sign that your team has distracted them pretty well. And if you look back for a moment, your hog is doing great things, right? Your hog is doing great things right now. So put all that together, this pin is great. You know, if you're on a different kind of team that's really relying on you more, this could be a bit of a suicide pin. But here, in this case, like Hog, he has hook, I believe. I'm pretty sure he does have the hook. He's got it available, but he hears the sim portal, right? He turns around for that, and he doesn't hook you. And like, if he hooks you there, not only does he not die, but you probably die. So really, I think this is a big deal to understand. Like, your play here was probably really bad, and it worked out because your team kind of carried you a little bit. in this. They really had the angles and the distraction to allow that one to work. And then also I should say I don't have any evidence that you would have done that absent those distractions and absent that play, so I don't know. I mean, like, I can call it bad, but like if you wouldn't have done that given the circumstances, then all I can say is that it was a good play. Good kill here. Good cleanup. And so now that your team has this here, what you're going to want to be doing here is you're going to want to be holding in one of two places. You're either going to want to hold like here at this door. You want to hold them from coming in here, or you want to be holding them way up here so that they don't get this kind of advantage on you. If they're up here, then the idea, or if you're up here, I'm saying, then the idea is that like they can choose to come up here, and if they do, they're going to see you and they're going to turn around, because there's no way that works. So then their options are to come through the kitchen or come through main, and you're going to kind of know. So let's say you're up there and you've got this excellent TP going, by the way, right? You're up there, and then you start noticing people like on the enemy team, like tank line is just trickling in this way, like this. Well, you can take this teleporter back to the position, and even if they make it to point, you got the drop on them. Like, you can have all of your resources and then drop on them, right? You can even come up to the other side here and get the drop on them from this side. So you kind of still dictate the terms of the engagement. It's a good fire strike. That was a really good fire strike. That wasn't as good. So in this position here, what you're trying to do is, you know where they're coming from. You know they're going to be coming down this alley, right? Now, like that, maybe not always, but what they're not expecting, like they expect the like spam lane of damage to be coming mostly through this door. They don't expect fire strikes to come from this angle all the way to this corner. Like, they don't expect that this position is in the spam lane of damage. So like Ana chilling in this area is sort of because she doesn't expect to get shot here. I'm telling you right now, Ana sitting right here. Okay, if I go back a little bit, watch where she's kind of standing here. She expects that this is safe. In many ways, it kind of is, but not from your fire strikes, because you can stand right here and throw a fire strike at her. And I think this is like a really good fire strike to throw. That's a big kill from your hog there. Nice. It's a big kill from your soldier there. So you're anti. You're going to kind of chill for just a second. But, you know, in a moment here, you do have the opportunity to be more aggressive. Because right now, I mean, with their respawns, they're looking at, I guess the McCree is already back. Okay, I didn't realize he was already back, but that's fine. I figured it was 4v6, but I guess enough time's elapsed at this point. Now you got Nano. This is a big waste of Nano, by the way. That was a massive waste of Nano. You could have done a lot more with that. You're pretty tough to kill when you have Nano. An effective 1000 HP. And you do, you can 2-swing a squishy. It's like similar to Primal. Okay. Not your job. No, not your job. I wouldn't be up there. This is like a DPS or your hog's job to deal with that. Like, Ryan needs to not be trying to protect the flank lanes. He's protecting the main lane. He's protecting like where the other tanks are gonna come through to do whatever they're doing. Like you're not gonna sit here being a Reinhardt trying to like do anything to that junk. Not only are you not gonna be able to do anything to the junk, but like that right there was a free pass for this Zarya and Hog to just walk through the choke. They don't have the game sense to know that they could have done that. It's a good shatter. You canceled Hog's ult, which is nice. Hog dies here. That's nice. You almost got rezzed.
My tactical fire is charging.
Alright, we're waiting for some spawns here. That's good. We're going to retake from north. I like it. Okay, you have Ana here. So you take more space. You have Ana. Now, like just a moment ago, you didn't quite have the Mercy Sim, whatever. That's fine. You just take more space here. With Ana at your back, I mean, I'm not saying you're invincible, but against Zarya, you're invincible. You're not going to die to a Zarya. Okay, just seeing here, right? You have half. I'm going to go back 10 seconds, okay? Here you're at full resources. And this is the moment I'm telling you, just take the space that's yours. You have all your resources, okay? So my advice to you at this moment is take the space. All right? And now you're holding your shield up here for the Ana to get some shots in, but you shouldn't, okay? Let's say you just kind of dropped your shield and stood right here, kind of looked with your team. All right. Well, your Ana is not going to stand here in front of the Kree and take shots. She's going to pull back with you. Okay. And so this is gathering up and holding your resources. Putting your shield out here like this, I mean, you're at 1,200, 1,100, all right? 1,000, 300, like 75 health, 800 shield. This is where I retract my advice. Now I don't want you to walk out there and take the space. It doesn't mean I was wrong before. It just means that now it is not as much of an opportunity. Now you cannot take that space anymore. And you went from holding this position to holding this position. That's what half of your resources granted you, is just yielding position to the opponent. Okay, and here, like, you know, you can't do that now. This is where you heal, you wait here, you don't take the spam. Good. You're starting to see here that you've got to like refresh. This is regroup, stack up. Is good. Put the shield down for a second. Put the shield down for a second here. And you want to start with a shield hop. Okay. This whole walk to the door with my shield up and lose some shield while I'm walking towards it. Yeah, no. Yeah. So again, now the play I think is to pull back in here and stack again, because now you're down to 300 and 1100. Okay, so you get the nano. Now that you have the nano, the whole game changes. You just walk into them. Not even a hook is going to stop you. Just go. This is go time. Not charge go time. This is walk go time. The charge takes up so much time in this nano. This is just, even if you hit somebody, okay, this feels not worth. You just left your whole team to die. You have... Back a second. Watching the nano. You did not hit that fire strike. Your nano's gone. So the whole nano contributed 0 damage to the team. It contributed not a single assist, not a single ounce of damage to the team. Lots more could have been done with that. Your team was able to roll with it, but you failed your team on that nano. You're really low here. You should be looking for healers and like pulling back a bit. Like, your Sim's gonna die. This is good, but I see you steering the wrong direction. Like, this Lucio has a lot of work to bring your health bar all the way up. That's not gonna happen for a while. Like, he could go through a whole amp heal and only give you about 220 health. And then from there, he's on 13 per second or something like that. Your route is out here. This is where you're going. You're regrouping. You're getting the fuck out. But you turned the wrong way. You've left yourself here. You should be dying any moment now. You're at 250. You just need to keep going. You need to get out of there. Good. Okay, so at least you're out. You did find your escape route. Gave him a little bit more. You fed a little bit more than you needed to, but that's fine. At least you made it out. That's annoying. Okay, so now you've lost your mercy. This is very non-structured. It's hard to say much about this, really. You have a lot of health. Good try. Yeah, it was a good try.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
This guy's using me, just like they use my father. You just wait. You'll see.
Your father was a Vishkar employee. He understood our company's vision. A shame he never educated you.
All right. Sorry, I didn't skip that portion. I was reading an important text message. Okay. Oops. All right, we're gonna take the space that's ours. I like it. We're walking forward. That's fine. I kind of wish you went through all the way with that. Didn't accidentally bonk. This is fine. They're playing in your space. You're taking what's yours. I like it. We cap. Yeah, you gotta kill the hog. Very good. Cap. And we're gonna hold this corner over here. I like it. Alright, we're doing good because they have to come meet us here. You're kind of getting low on resources, so we're gonna corner swing. Your Doom is just gonna die. Okay. When you're doing this, by the way, I feel like you're feeding a little more than you need to. You're in and outs. You're feeling like I'm gonna swing and then come back, swing and then come back. But with these corner swings, you really don't have to stand much closer than about here and swing. Like, this swing hits anyone, even if they're like all the way up against this wall. If you're standing right here and swinging them, they're getting hit. So. And they see the hammer too. They don't have to see your whole body, okay? Like, don't give them your whole body. I'm gonna just go back a second and watch how much of your body you're giving them. Just watch. Okay, there's the swing. There's like, I'm pulling way away from the wall, giving them a lot of my body, standing right out from, like, you're not here, you're back here. Okay, you're getting kind of knocked back into this a little bit too, so you got to take that into consideration. Nice kill on the Junkrat, by the way. There's definitely an art to this corner swinging, though. Right here. No. You do not walk in front of the door like that. The vision's nice. You don't need to walk in front of the door to get vision. You swing here, and if you want to look through, just hold up your shield like this. Your camera comes out. You're still standing there. You see through. You stay right here. You don't give them this much of your body. That's feeding. big. Yeah. Bit like this. This is how you look through the door. Yep. I like that fire strike. Very nice. You have shatter here. Oof. Did you get booped? A big hook.
Rising uppercut.
He uppercuts you a bit. Good play on that Doomfist. That's really big. That is a huge fire strike there, by the way. Okay. Ultra slow motion here. The Lucio rushes out, turns around, and boops you. But you didn't see that boop. But even without having seen that boop, okay? Good. Okay, here. You got booped. You... Like, even before the boop, I don't know that you were really in a great position for that. And... Maybe I'm wrong. Because you got literally crazy outplayed by that Lucio. Okay, I like it. The hook could have gotten you if you didn't use it already. I don't really care to check though. I wasn't paying attention to the hog. If you were watching the hog and waiting for the hook, good pin. Okay, you're AFK for just a moment there. Nice fire strike. Already 58% to shatter again. That's excellent. It's a big wall. I like it. Go back a second. You hear the Junkrat ult coming? You have fire strike for it. You need to be watching like a Hawkeye. Where is it? Yeah, well, that was kind of tough to see, but you had fire strike available, and the possibility was there to fire strike the tire, and you should always be looking for that. Nice, Mercy. His shield for your Mercy. You want to get out of here. You remember you're on one healer right now. It's just Mercy. Your Lucio's dead. You probably want to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, kill this Lucio, but then like regroup. Find your team. By find your team, and I'm really meaning just like wait for Lucio and Hog here. This is just spreading out too much. You can't help your team if you're gonna spread out like that. You might get lucky and they might come to you and not get punished, but yeah. Yeah, that kind of sucked. Kind of waiting for health here. Big, really big. No. You need to triple cleave this. You have to triple cleave this. This is very important. Okay. So look at the geometry of this real quick. Kind of like, where are they? All right. How many how many people on this ground can you hit with one swing at a time? Well, if perfectly placed, give it a second, you might be able to hit all 4 in the very center, but that's not likely. You could definitely hit these 3 though, right? Standing right here, hit 3. But watch what you do. You go for the 2, and then you're swinging to the wrong side. You didn't recognize the geometry here that you can hit 3. So you went to this side instead for some reason. And then so you didn't hit the hog twice. Thrice. That hog dodged your hammer 3 times. So you're finally starting to hit him. Yeah, your charge got hooked. That sucks. That is the main tank experience. That's a big pin. Like a boop. Nice. 3 cleaves. Hit that Zarya. Nice. Yeah, good job overall. Like to have seen like a game that gives you more of a challenge. In this particular game, I kind of feel like your team was pretty decent. Like it felt kind of like a team diff. So it kind of makes it hard to point a lot of things out. I think overall, I'd like to see you take space more decisively. Especially here, like one of the big things I pointed out was on this map. This point here, it's amazing that I just went right to it. That was fucking sick. You get the nano, didn't do anything. You held here and didn't do anything for a while, like just holding your shield, waiting for your team to get something. Like, the thing is, if your team sitting here pokes out some resource, like gets a bubble out of them, what does it matter if it spent like half your shield to do it? You know what I mean? Like, why spend your resources like 1 for 1 with theirs in just killing time? Why are you killing time? Just go out here and take the space that's yours. Like, just, you know, have more main tank energy. You know what I mean? If you get nano, don't pin. All right, that's the number one way to like waste half your nano. Like a nano's halfway over. You missed, and now you just can't hit anyone. What does this game look like if you don't have a Symmetra? You know what I mean? Like, your Symmetra's portals here did so much work at distracting the enemy team. Really tough. So yeah, I think you're a little slow to take space sometimes, it looked like. You should never pin with Nano Boost. And the door thing, when you're like corner swinging, seemed like you overexposed yourself quite a lot there. Turn around more, look at where your team is, how much you have around. Like, this sort of situation is an auto retreat. Here you could have gone the other way, this way, to just like full retreat sooner. You didn't end up dying here, which is nice. You ended up making it alive through kitchen. Right, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, time is ticking, but they have 12 seconds. That means you have 12 seconds to like get your full regroup, get your hog with you and everything. Lucio Mercy's kind of rough. That kind of sucks. Safe. I think you have safe pins overall. Definitely a big improvement from like a year ago. Because I remember VOD reviewing you like a year ago on Lejang, and it was like random fucking Narnia pin after random Narnia pin after random Narnia pin. We can go back and we can fucking watch some of that shit. That was like, God, that was fucking hilarious back in the day. Let me see if I can pull something up here. Second. Remember this? This is Warchief on Lijiang Tower February 3rd, 2020. So like almost 2
Looks like it
years
is
ago.
actually gonna hit someone.
Oh god, my audio quality was really bad back then. But I remember this one. This was like, this is a hot one, a steaming hot minute. Really, I don't know if it's gonna load super well. Here's me talking about it. Can we make it go faster? I just want to see some of these crazy ass fucking silly pins you do. Here I'm talking about some bullshit with the fire strike that didn't fucking matter because I was really dumb back then. But look at this flank. What is this shit? Like this is like over a year ago, Warchief. You're like, all right, fuck you guys. I don't need to hold the front line. I don't have to play defensive. Even though the team's gonna walk right into me and do my job for me, I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. Oh shit, do you remember this? Goddamn. What am I even talking about here? I don't even know, honestly. But it's definitely fun to compare. Like, who is this guy? Who's this silly Reinhardt? I want to see what you do, though. I want to see this fucking pin. Are you just gonna, like, send it? Let's see. Have a flats moment. Just go. Come on. Okay, playing it. Oh shit. Oh shit. You're straight up gonna duel over there. Nice. Look how your team is over here and they're just gonna walk on point, no problem. You're like, you know what's more important than the point? This is Arya. This is Arya in their spawn. Oh shit. God damn. To give him that space. What's going on over here? Hell yeah. Oh no. Oh my god. This must have been a classic. I should go back and watch it. Holy shit. Oh, but anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll leave it at that.